Good morning. We got some music for y'all to start the service off, okay? And everybody who's online, go on and join on in. You know how we do it every Sunday. We gets it down. Everybody, if you feel like clapping, if you feel like moving, if you feel like getting up out to your seat, please do. Everybody's got a thing, but some don't know how to handle it. Always reaching out in vain, accepting the things not worth having. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing, mama. 'Cause I'll be standing on the side when you check it out. They say a style of life's a drag, and you must go other places. But just don't you feel too bad when you get fooled by some smiling faces. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing, mama. 'Cause I'll be standing on the side when you check it out. When you get off your trip, don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. Woo! Come on. Ba, 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 ba. Say ba, 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 ba. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing, mama. 'Cause I'll be standing on the side when you check it out. When you get off your trip, don't you worry about a thing. Woo, don't you worry about a thing. Got another verse for you. Everybody needs a change, a chance to check out the new. But you're the only one to see the changes you take yourself through. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing, mama. 'Cause I'll be standing on the side when you check it out. Hey, ba 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 ba. Okay, I need some help from the audience. Here we go. Hey, so you're gonna turn to somebody and you're gonna say, don't you worry about a thing. Okay, you can sing it, you can say it, however you're feeling it. Here we go. Don't you worry about a thing. Turn to somebody and say it to them. Hey, turn to somebody else. Don't you worry about a thing. Okay, one more time, turn to somebody else and say, hey. Turn to somebody else and say, don't you worry about a thing. Y'all sounded good. Hey, don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing, mama. 'Cause I'll be standing on the side when you check it out. When you get off your trip, don't you worry about a thing. This is Spirit Sunday, and sometimes we got so much going on in our minds that we're worrying and stressing about everything. Don't you worry about a thing. I don't care what's going on. Don't you worry about a thing. I said, don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. Everything's gonna work out. I said, everything's gonna work out like it's supposed to. Hey, don't you worry about a thing. Hey, right there, that sounds good. Hey, come on and tell yourself, don't you worry about it. Hey, 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 don't you worry about it. Hey, 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 don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. One more time, don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about a thing. Woo! Don't you worry about a thing. Woo, 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 woo.
How awesome is that? Voices of Infinity. Y'all give it up one more time. At home and abroad. It's good to see people coming in. It's good to see faces again. Oh, the light. It's good to have the lights, and the energy at home, wherever you are. We invite you into the space of Infinity Fellowship. We start today with a positive vibration, and we recognize that wherever you've been in this week, whatever vibrational spaces you've been in may not have always been so high. But that's why we got fellowship, because we come together to remind ourselves and to center ourselves, and we start that with the space of meditation and prayer. So I invite you to sit a little bit taller in your seats here in the space. If you're at home, sit a little bit taller. Gather the family into the space and just begin to breathe deeply. We think about meditation, we think about people floating off the ground and hanging from tree branches by their toenails and all of that complicated stuff. But the reality is, it's simply about breathing. So give a good inhale, exhale, let it all out. Go ahead and allow your eyes to close. And to be gentle with yourself and your breathing. To experience this gift of life. Feel the slow inhale entering into your lungs and filling up your chest and your belly. Exhale and releasing that. Simply being mindful of the breath. And grateful for the gift of the consciousness space that gives you the brain power to invite your breath to slow down and to have your breath respond as such. Remembering in this moment that when we hear in the world the word Ashe, one of the definitions is breath. Synonymous with life and spirit. We are breathing today. And so we are live on this side of life. And we are grateful. Imagine seeing the word gratitude written on the inside of your eyelids. And imagine now that gratitude is defined as your breath. So breathe in gratitude. Pause it gently at the top. Exhale and release gratitude in the world. Because as we breathe into this space of gratitude, we appreciate it, we love it, we embrace it not only for ourselves, but we share that spirit of gratitude and thanksgiving with others around us. Inhaling the blessing. Holding the blessing. Releasing the blessing. As we breathe in this space of gratitude, we recognize that our frequency vibration is now amplified for love, amplified for thanksgiving, amplified for power, amplified for recognition. And it is from this very pure and clean space that we speak to God in prayer. We turn our focus now to the God of your personal acceptance and understanding. If there is a name, a culture assigned to that space, go ahead and assign it, go ahead and name it. And join us together as all eyes are closed, all heads are now bowed, all hearts are now open, as we pour energy into realignment for manifestation. Living, loving, all-wise, all-knowing God, we thank you for the recognition in this moment of your presence, your divine presence in our breath, in our body, in our minds, in our consciousness. We come to you saying first and foremost, thank you. Thank you for delivering us here today. Thank you for this gathering space here in the physical world and in the virtual world. We thank you for the many hearts who have assembled here today to give thanksgiving to you and to recognize that you are never far away from us. You are always present with us. In these moments, we simply state what we already know, that we are aware of your presence, that we are grateful for your presence, and whatever you are bringing us to, you are bringing us through. Thank you for the gift of wellness. Thank you for the gift of a right mind. Thank you for the gift of creative vision. Thank you for the gift of purpose. We know that it's not always easy for us as we work through the things that come into our path today. But we know that we are made better when we pause in moments like these and recognize that all things are working together for the good. And so we speak the manifestation of the good today. We speak the manifestation of healing to those who are going through a space of dis-ease. We speak the manifestation of power and empowerment for those who are transitioning from job space to job space. For those who are at the mental, the emotional, the relational crossroads, we speak a special blessing that divine guidance will guide their choices so that they can be in alignment with where you want them to be. We thank you for the empowerment that you have placed on us, the heart space that you have given us of love. Thank you for always reminding us to operate from the space of good and overflow. In this year of attainment, we proclaim that this is when we have the big payoff. All that we have invested is coming into fruition. And we speak it in advance. We don't wait until the battle is over. We are shouting now in jubilation and success, recognizing that we are life, we are love, and most importantly, we are divine reflections of you. So how awesome is it to be in your presence today? We give thanks for these and other things that we cannot put into words. We breathe in together, exhale to release in gratitude, and proclaim it as such, and so it is. Amen, Amen, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. And so it is done. Awesome. It is now time for the pouring of our libations. As we begin to pour today, you all know that we pour our libations from a space of good. And that space of good is recognition of those who came before. We pour from the altar space. I'm going to go to me, Daniel. Yeah. We pour from the altar space. And when we pour from the altar space, our altar here is symbolic of fire, water, air, and earth, the four elements of all creation. So as we come into the altar space, we pour with water because water represents the living. We pour into the earth because that's what happens to these physical earth suits when we transition from the space of life to the space of life after life. And yet we know that just like energy is not created or destroyed, it only changes form, so it goes with spirit. We are blessed to have that spark of the divine inside each and every one of us. And so we pause in recognition for one simple reason. I don't know about anybody else, but I had a mama who prayed me through. I had a daddy who prayed me through. Everybody's got a grandmama, an auntie, an uncle, somebody who always spoke good things over us, even when we were in our lowest places. They were there for us. Sometimes it came out of the mouths of babes and neighbors. Sometimes it came out of the mouth of teachers. But we recognize in this moment those who have transitioned to that space of life after life. And we pour the water because it reconnects us. It connects us in a powerful way. Today we want to recognize, as we pour our libations, the spirit of three people who have come or intersected in some way with infinity. To my brother Roland Martin, his uncle, who passed away, I believe he was 96, brother Roy Lewis, Ashe. To Sister Winnell Adams, who was one of the mothers and sisters at the church where I was ordained, Fairfield. She transitioned after winning, we called it winning her battle with cancer. And she is now in a space where her body is no longer necessary to keep her sustained because her spirit was so doggone big, it just couldn't contain it anymore. So Sister Winnell Adams, Ashe. I don't know how many of y'all are fans of country music, but y'all know me. Y'all know I'm fans of all music because music is just music in my book. But we learned that overnight, one of our musical legends of the modern era transitioned to life after life. So to the family of Sister Naomi Judd, who passed on and transitioned to life after life, we pour that energy in her space as well. Ashe, Ashe. Let us go to the plant and the altar. This plant's been with us for years, y'all. It started out as a little bitty sprig, and now it's back into a space of growth. It's just like everything else. Everything continues to grow. And so we say, cool water, freshen our spirits, Ashe. Freshen and consecrate this house, Ashe. Freshen our collective ancestral memory, Ashe. As we give praise to Almighty Mother, Father God, divine source in all creation, Ashe. Grant to us peace and prosperity, Ashe. We speak a pouring of energy to the energies of the north. And when we think about the north, we think about where we get direction from. So we pour for good guidance for those of us who are still on this side, Ashe. When we pour to the south, a lot of us think of the country. And a lot of us went home like I did. We went to the country for the summer because the country is where you remember your roots and your people remind you of who you are, Ashe. We pour to the energy of the east because the east is the energy of the rising sun. A reminder that no matter how dark yesterday was, you got another shot at it today, Ashe. To the energy of the west, when the sun has set and the lunar cycle begins, that divine motherly feminine energy of the universe that reminds us that even in the darkness, there is light, Ashe. To the ground below us, because we recognize that we got to be rooted as we move through the world. We got to be rooted in spiritual practice. We got to be rooted in remembrance, Ashe. To the sky above us, and that sky being that place where we often see our dreams. And we confirm our ability to bring our dreams through divine purpose into this reality, Ashe. Those are 6 directions. In the ancient Lakota people's tradition, there are 7 directions. And that 7th direction is the heart center because it pulls all of them together. So we operate from a space, first and foremost, of love. Ashe. So now we invite you at home. We invite you here in the space. If you're at home, type your names into the chat box. If you're here in the space, as we pour these next few pours of water, we invite you to call the names of the ancestors aloud, the people in your family that you want to remember in this moment, the people in your neighborhood, your community, your schools. And just remember, when we do libations, people say, well, I don't know how to quite do it. I thought about my grandmama today. I thought about my Auntie Jean today. I was like, okay, well, there it is. That's how you do it. Because when you hear a voice or an image pop in your mind, that's the ancestors saying 2 words: remember me. That's how it goes. So let's call their names aloud at this time. Edward H. Carter, Thomas Gussie Haynes, Queen Mother Catherine Carter. Delamay Carter. Mother Burns Brunson. Queen Mother Ruthie Smith. Queen Mother Julie Armstrong. Queen Mother as these remembrances come into our thoughts and hearts, we pour to the children in the world, womb and yet unborn. And so it is. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. It is done. All right, now it's time for us to say, good morning, Infinity.
Good morning.
Give me another good one. Good morning, Infinity.
Good morning.
All right, y'all, it's time to generate some gratitude. And I'll tell you one thing about gratitude. Gratitude, if you did not know it, is an infectious ease. I didn't say it was an infectious dis-ease. It's an infectious ease. That means that it's really hard to be negative in the space of gratitude. When people are grateful, if you ever run into a person when you're in a low space and they say, hey, how you doing? And you're like, I can't. Oh, you went back when you were in the low vibrating space. You're like, I can't. Oh, they're always so positive. Always so positive. It's because you can't feel negative in the presence of positive. It just doesn't work. So how do we set that off? We set that off by generating gratitude. So if you're in the space, it's going to be real simple. We're going to sing a verse of good morning to you. Everybody say good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Now you know the lyrics. I'm going to give you the second verse. Dot, dot, da, da. Oh, there you go. Y'all are quick learners. We're quick studies. We got it all together. So now you know the song, right? It's the easiest song ever, but it generates gratitude. We're going to sing the verse of the song together. And then what we're going to do is we're going to find 3 people. Find 3 people, and you don't have to maul them because we know we're still giving enough of social distance, but find 3 people, and the sentence is on the screen, even at home. My name is, fill in the blank, and I am grateful for, just give me one thing that you're grateful for. If you found a parking spot, if you had your favorite coffee this morning, if that step that you usually fall down, you didn't fall down this morning. It's just one thing that you're grateful for. I dare you to find it. We're going to get 3 people. Kids, everybody can participate. And we say good morning to you. How does it go, Sister Kanitha?
It's real simple. He gave all the lyrics, huh? Everybody stand to your feet right before, and we'll try to sing a little bit of this. Get ourselves ready. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning to you. And we say, a da 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 da, a da 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 da, a da 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 da. Good you. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning to you. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning to you. And we say a da 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 a da 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 a da 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 da. If you're online, don't forget to say good morning to each other as you're sitting there and having a good time together. Come on online. Go ahead and type in some things that you're grateful for so we know what you're grateful for. Here we go. A da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. And we say a da 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 da. Hey, a da 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 da. Hey, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. And we say a da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Hey, good morning to you. Online, good morning to you. Out there, good morning to you. Good morning to you.
All right, we keep clapping. Come on.
Da 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 da.
Online, y'all, we got Tanita. Grateful for the ability to have brunch with my sister soon. How about that? Isn't that good?
Hey, hey,
Sister Keita is on there. Good morning, If family. Grateful for life, health, and strength. I'm also thankful for my Infinity Fellowship family. Awesome. Who else we got, Tony? We got Stacy Jackson in the house today. Used to be sitting right there. Good morning for Clarksville, Maryland. Grateful for a weekend filled with grace and favor. Yeah. Next we have Cindy Terry's in the house. Good morning. Grateful for the rain and the sun peeking out this morning.
Yes.
Awesome, y'all. We are feeling it. This Sister Leanne is in the house. Good morning from Belgium, y'all. Good morning from Belgium. Grateful to spend this Sunday with Infinity. Grateful to have you in this space as well. We got Martin's in the house, Brother Martin. Grateful for my new home in Nashville. People buying new homes in Nashville. Come on. Individuals, not corporations. Come on. So sorry I missed the service this morning, but we are here. That's all right. We're here with you, brother, in the house. Cindy's grateful again, and we are in the space. I think we got everybody online. So look, turn and look at that camera right there. Just wave at everybody and say, hey. Last time. Come on.
Selection for you. If you want to have a seat, have a seat. If you feel like dancing, of course, you know you can dance. Hey, you know we love Earth, Wind, and Fire here. Hey. There's always something that's written in a stone. If we pay attention to it, and we pay attention to all the signs that the universe and love is always showing us and giving us, out to Maurice White, who was a phenomenal writer. Hey. I found that love provides the key, unlocks the hearts and souls of you and me. Love will learn to sing your song, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, love is written in the stone. Every man I meet is walking time, free to wander past his conscious mind. Love will come and take you home, yeah. Love is written in the stone. Do you believe, my friend, in what you claim? People of the world all doubt the same, bringing questions of their own. Truth is written in the stone. In the stone you'll find the meaning. You're not standing tall. In the stone the light is shining, forever touching all. Woo! Life experience a passing day. Hey, time will witness what the old folks say. Getting stronger every day. Strength is written in the stone, deep inside our hearts for you to keep. Lies a spark of light that never sleeps. The greatest love you'll ever know. Yeah, yeah, it is written in the stone. In the stone you'll find the meaning. Well, you're not standing tall. In the stone the light is shining, forever touching all. Never, never, my darling, never you'll be alone. Never, never, my darling, never you'll be alone. Forever, ever, my darling, true love is written in the stone. I said never, never, my darling, never you'll be alone. Forever, ever, my darling, true love is written. Okay, I need y'all to help me out a little bit, cause y'all sitting there and I see y'all just kind of looking, but I need a little help out there, okay? So just repeat after me and sing with me. Oh, 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 oh. I said, oh, oh, hey, oh, 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 oh. Again, say, oh, oh, say, oh, 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 oh. One more time, y'all, oh, oh, say, oh, 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 that sounds good. Never, never, my darling, never you'll be you're never alone. Forever, ever, forever, my darling. Hey, true love is written in the stone. Never, never, said you're never alone. Said you're never alone, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Rich, you got something for us? Hey, Rich, you got a little something for us? Hey, hey, come on, Reggie.
Baby, love will find you
Hey, hey, hey,
when you look around you.
hey, hey,
Look what's behind you. Baby, love will find you.
hey,
Look around you. And it's what you do right on.
hey. Go, Reggie. Hey.
Didn't know what it had to say. Just wishing you now a better day.
Hey.
And I'm done wanna man.
Yeah, yeah.
Just want to wake up and try to sing.
Come on, Reggie.
And fine.
Hey, hey,
Love to find. Another one more.
hey, hey.
Wishing you just a brighter day. Hoping you can find your way.
Hey.
Stop, look what's behind you.
What?
Maybe love will find you.
What?
When you look around you.
Hey.
And learn is what you do right on.
Hey, 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 never, my darling, never you'll be alone. Forever, forever, my darling, true love is written in the stone. Said never, my darling, never you'll be alone. Forever, forever, my darling, true love is written in the stone. Hey! That's all time out! Yes! Woo!
Look, I don't know about y'all, but you know, I used to play in an aristocrat of bands, Tennessee State. And that's one of those band songs that we started playing, and then every other HBCU started playing them after us. But hey man, Rich, I was hearing the whole thing on that vamp, you know. I was like, oh man, I was fighting because the first thing I was gonna do, Reg, I was gonna step on the left. Man, I was going hit it. Ain't nothing like it, man. Reggie Wooten, one-man orchestra on the guitar, y'all. Lady Kanitha Carr, she's coming back up in a minute to give us our statement of Infinitude, but I want to welcome you all again and say, oh, what a time, oh, what a time, oh, what a time. I remember we would play the corps-style marching bands like I played in high school. And we would sit crossing massive football stadium. There was no feeling like it. You know, you hear coming across, and we just sit silent. And then there was another one. We sit quiet, and then the band director would call us up, and we like, everybody in the stadium would go, what is that? Yeah, baby. Nothing like the arrangements of Maurice White, late ancestor Ashe, man. This is you talking about somebody who has put a gift into the world. And if you've not read My Life with Earth, Wind, and Fire by Maurice White, it reads like scripture because it is a story of somebody who found their purpose and stayed with it. And one little quick story I'd like to tell about Earth, Wind, and Fire for those of you who may need to hear this. There's somebody who may need to hear this. He finally put together 9 guys who felt the vibe, who could outplay anybody in the world. And 7 of them started acting crazy. Right when they signed their biggest record deal. So he had to drop 7 folks. And he trusted that the universe would send him 7 people who he didn't have to teach to be positive. That's what he said. He said, I had to labor to keep these guys positive. The universe sent 7 other people with me and my brother that made positivity. And as a result, y'all see the legacy we got from Earth, Wind, and Fire. Isn't that great? You got to find the alignment, man. It's the time of attainment. So I'm excited to welcome you all to the most exciting spiritual community on the planet. We call it the core of consciousness and the apex of authenticity, the Infinity Fellowship. We like to remind you of the facts, and that is that Infinity is the fastest growing, independent, ancient wisdom-based interspiritual community in the United States. Give it up. We follow that up with the reminder that Infinity is also the only independent, ancient wisdom-based interspiritual community in the United States. So that assists our growth as well. If you find yourself asking yourself inside if it's off the chain like this every single Sunday, the answer is yes. We are an authentic space of spirituality. We don't just tolerate folks because we all know what that's like to be tolerated. People will hold their nose and tolerate you all. We affirm you with progressive, practical, expansive spirituality designed to help you see progress in your spiritual life. And what makes Infinity exciting is our diversity of people and presentation. On first and second Sundays, we have our one-of-a-kind standard service, and on third Sundays, we have If Speaks, where you get the chance to ask questions during the service so that we can have talk back. We want to make sure that we're giving you great spiritual wisdom and food, but that you also have a chance to interact so that you are not just depending on what we say, but you're learning for yourself. And on fourth Sundays, as you know, we move all the chairs and we do Yoga Sunday because we're going to connect your healthy body with your healthy mind and your healthy spirit. On first, second, and third Sundays, we meet now in person and online. We also, on fourth Sundays, we're staying virtual. We're staying virtual. So 4 Sundays, if you show up at Infinity, there's not going to be anybody in here except for a few people doing yoga. And the reason why is yoga is a space where you have to have a lot of breathing, and it's become very popular for Infinity. And we do not want to lose that momentum because some people, and I know myself, when I first started yoga, I didn't want anybody watching me practice yoga. I was conscious of it. I was saying to myself, man, I was falling off the mat. I was doing everything. But Yoga Sunday has grown into a space where people feel comfortable getting to know yoga in the comfort of their own home. So we're going to keep that going virtual for a while. And then when we gather again, we'll probably do it outside on the lawn where we have so much space for people to just enjoy it, eat some food afterwards, and have some fun. Ashe. In between these experiences, we put good into the world. We build housing for the underserved. We serve at the food banks. We show up during natural disasters. We collect supplies for people who are in need because we practice that spirituality is in action. So it's what you do with it. So if you've been seeking a space of growth and learning like this, send us an email, infinitynashville@gmail.com, or just let us know and we'll get you enrolled in a new members class. We got a great new members class going right now, and we'll welcome you into the space today. We speak affirmative prayers at Infinity. We call them PERMs, and it ain't got nothing to do with the hair. PERM is an acronym. I think it's behind me, but I don't want to turn around. But it may be up here behind me on the wall. Pouring energy into realignment toward manifestation. So we speak affirmatively as we did at the beginning of the service. So if any of you are in need of a special perm or something that you're dealing with in your life, you just let Sister Kanitha know, and we'll go to a private space and help you get through that, because that's what we're here. We're here for you to lean on. At this time, let's welcome up our co-founder, Chief Operating Officer, leading lady, and voice of Infinity, Sister Kanitha Carr, who's going to lead us through our spiritual agreements that ties together as a spiritual community, our statement of Infinitude. Y'all give up some love.
All right. Yep, there we go. Okay, good morning, Infinity. Good morning and welcome back into the physical space and back into the Infinity experience. So please pause for a moment here, take a deep breath, and take a look around you, and you'll find 2 things. And these are 2 things I always like to remind you of. 1, we don't tell you what to call or how to define the God of your own personal acceptance and understanding. That is an intensely personal and beautiful relationship. Here at Infinity, we affirm your unique connection. Number 2, whatever you call that source energy, you'll hear us say God interchangeably with universe, divine source. What you see around you is the proof, baby. If you look at yourself, it's the proof that it was showing off when you were created after the same image and likeness. And so now it's time to speak aloud the core agreements that bring us together at Infinity and fellowship. We call that Infinitude. Infinitude is defined in the dictionary as a state or quality of being infinite or having no limit. We have a unique mix of faith backgrounds at Infinity, but what centers us is the spirituality we all share in common. For us, Infinitude is defined as infinity. I gotta get that in there. With an attitude, and that attitude is gratitude. And the snap you just heard is the spiritual practice that gives us life and meaning. The S is for spirituality that transcends religion and connects you to the God of your own understanding. The N in SNAP is for nurturing of ourselves and others, mind, body, and spirit. The A is for action, because we take action on our callings and walk in our divine purpose every day. And finally, this is important, y'all, the P is for the proof. You want to see some proof in your life that our spiritual practices manifest fruit in our lives through the building and maintaining of healthy and prosperous families, relationships, careers, and dreams. We are grateful you all are here as unique manifestations of our Creator, the loving, living spirit of our commonality, the divine source of all creation, perceived by many names, yet known by only one energy. I ask you now that you rise as we speak together our statement of infinitude, and we invite you to read along with us, both here and on the infinite stream as Spirit moves you. We agree that we are beings of pure, eternal spirit, birthed from the creative potential of the universe, with all the powers of the Creator inherent within us. We embrace the innate goodness of humankind and an abundant creation that provides for us through the seeds that we plant in our everyday lives. We acknowledge that who we are is housed in a temporary biological organism, and as such, it is our responsibility to take care of it, because it will only last for a precious window of time. As we nurture ourselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, we commit to provide like acts of nurturing for our fellow brothers and sisters of the world we live in, embracing all regardless of religious faith, skin color, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic background. All are truly welcome at Infinity. We agree and accept that various religions exist as a unique opportunity for humanity to get to know one another through meaningful conversations that seek to explore the core concepts we share in common. It is the application of ancient wisdom, scientific discovery, and spiritual practices, both physical and metaphysical, that will lead us closer together as a human family. We commit to exist now and ever as a beloved community. Let it be so according to the many ancient terms of affirmations. Amen, Amin, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe.
All right, let us remain standing. We're going to sing a little bit together. We get a chance to tap into that spiritual energy by saying, peace, peace. If you know, we speak things into existence here at Infinity Fellowship, and so we're in the same space of speaking. Awesome. Awesome. As the band's getting in place, we're going to, Denise, how we do it? This way? Sway that way? That way? Yeah. Denise always reminds us which way to sway. To the left, to the right. Well, it's the opposite of you. Today is a day we're excited to be made. We recognize that as we speak, as we sing things, we sing them into existence. So we invite you to sing along with us, peace, peace, and the words are on the screen.
Peace, peace, wonderful peace, enter my heart and bring healing to me. Oh, peace, peace, everlasting peace, let my peace shine bright, so the world can see love, 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 wonderful love, enter my heart and bring healing to me. Oh, love, love, everlasting love, let my love shine bright, so the world can see. Let's get some joy. Joy, joy, wonderful joy, enter my heart and bring healing to me. Oh, joy, joy, everlasting joy, let my joy shine bright, so the world can see. Some more peace, 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 Yeah, y'all sound good. For peace, enter my heart and bring healing to me. Oh, peace, peace, everlasting peace. Let my peace shine bright. So the world, let my love shine bright. So the world, let my joy shine bright. So the world, and let my peace shine bright. So the world can see.
Awesome. Y'all made me say that. It feels so good to hear all the voices coming out in person. For 2 years, I've been hearing voices in my head through the internet. I'm like, there are people all over the world, and I know we're singing here from all over, and that's great too. It is so great to hear the resonant in-person stereo sound. Nothing about hearing that vibration. As we prepare to welcome our visitors, this is a reminder that if you have a standing ovation today, a standing ovation is a celebration of a manifestation that you've had. Go ahead and type it into the box, or prepare to type it into the box if you're online. And if you're here, we have a form to fill out. And Sister Angie is in the back. So if you have a standing ovation at some point, just grab a form from her, fill it out, and then give it back to her, and we will read it for you during our announcement period at the coffee break, which happens after our offering now. Good morning again. My name is Jeff Obafemi-Carr. I get to welcome you into the Infinity Fellowship. I'm the founder, co-founder, and chief spiritual officer here at Infinity. This is a space where people make a quantum leap from religious doctrine that's really hardcore to progressive, expansive spirituality. Spirituality, because there's a difference. Spirituality is about seeing fruit in your life and connecting one-to-one. And it's awesome in that space. So we have some new technology since we last been together, which is good because we're expansive too. And one of the technologies that we have is a QR code. So at home, if you will put up the slide for you at home for a brief second, you can take a picture of the QR code. If you're a visitor, of course, please take a picture, scan the QR code. I'm going to leave it up for a while. And it will allow you to register with us as a first timer. It will also give us an opportunity to welcome you officially and give you a little something, because we're going to give a little something special to you just for showing up today, because you're special. So we remind you in this place that this may be your first physical time at Infinity, but we get the privilege of knowing the real you. We know the who, what, where, when, and why of you. So if you are a first-time visitor at Infinity today, would you please stand briefly? First time? Say, all right, good. Give them a round of applause. Round of applause. All right, so right now, somebody's going to hand you a first timer's. Well, no, we don't. We don't do the first time. We got technology. You can do it on your phone. Y'all keep me in perms. Keep me in perms. Keep me in perms. I'm adjusting to it. But we want to let you all know that we see you for who you are today. We don't see you at Infinity as a human being who showed up to have a spiritual experience. That's usually what people see you as. We see you as a spirit who's navigating the human experience just like the rest of us. And so we like to say a special welcome to you. So everybody else in your seats, just turn to them, send some energy toward them, send your hands toward them so that they can do that. And then y'all can receive this. Y'all can say it back. If you're at home, find somebody and put your hands up toward them and send them to them. So you all turn to our visitors and just surround them with love. Take a deep breath. And you all receive this. I see you. But you don't hear me though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You're a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You're a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me, where I can let you know if nobody else will, that you're not alone. I'm with you, and you are at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, baby. You are so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to learn, to grow, to embrace your dreams, and to celebrate your divine destiny. I know all this because I'm here to do the same thing. So we're going to help each other out. All right? I know the real you, and I see you shining today. I know you're shining today. So welcome home. Welcome to infinity. Ashe. Oh! All right, give visitors a fist bump, elbow, something. Help somebody at home. Give it out. I knew it. I knew something was going on. So as our children are moving to the downstairs space, it's time for our offering today. And so for those of you who are giving in the space, we have several ways to give. We have envelopes in the back if you're keeping track if you're giving that way, but we also have Cash App available. We'll put the slide up, and we put the slide up to remind us of what Einstein said about giving. And it is every man or woman's obligation to put back into the world at least the equivalent of what they take out of it, at the very least. So isn't it great that we've been given the opportunity to be alive, to be breathing, to have a divine purpose? So it's that time now that we pour into the giving space where we give an opportunity to participate in the service via Cash App, via PayPal, via snail mail here at Infinity Fellowship. As you prepare to give in this moment, we give back live or during the replay if you're watching online. We want to make sure that we give with intent and with love energy. So take a deep breath here. Find the space of good that is in your heart. Find the space of thanksgiving and gratitude for all the things that you've been blessed with. And as we begin to give, we give in a digital age now, so we give from a space where we can use our technology. So I'm going to grab my technology. Because while I give during the week, I also love to give on Sundays as part of the collective because it superpowers the vibration that I put into the world. So everything is good. Repeat after me. Everything is good. Everything is good.
Everything is good.
I got it.
I got it.
I got it.
I got it.
I got it good.
I got it good.
And so it is. So as we prepare to give, let us go to our offertory affirmation. And we're going to speak it together as we put it into the world. Don't worry if you've already hit the send button and give and confirm button. It's all good because time and space is a construct of human minds anyway. So we're giving with that same energy. Let us say our affirmation together. O limitless, abundant Creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference, and so I freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken, and so it is. Let us give it this time, and we can sing while we give too. This is real simple. Everything is good. I got it. I got it. I got it good. Sing with us at home and abroad as we give, and feel free in the space to go ahead and take a break Refill your coffee or your tea as you need to.
Ooh, everything is good. Everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, yeah, everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything in my life, all around, everything is good. And I've got it. Woo, I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. It is. It's so good. Everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, everything is good. Yes, it is. I claim it in my life right now. Everything is good. And I've got it. Woo, I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Come on and sing with me now. Everything is good. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. Woo, I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Come on, let's do it one more time. Everything is good. Yeah. Everything is good. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Oh, I've got it good. I've got it. Hey, I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Come on and tell yourself you got it so good. I've got it. Hey, I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Oh, I've got it good. Yeah, 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 yeah. Good. Hey, come on and play, Reggie. Hey, sometimes you gotta feel a little bit of that just to remind yourself. Hey, come on. Hey, hey, come on. Hey, come on. Hey, hey, I got it. Oh, I got it good. Yes, I got it good. I got it. Hey, I got it. Oh, I got it good. I got it. I got it. Hey, I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Oh, I've got it good. Yeah. Woo!
Everybody give it up for Sister Kenitha and Brother Reggie. All right, everybody. Good morning, Infinity. All right, good morning, good morning. Now, in preparation for Standing Ovations, if you are an Infinite streamer and you have a manifested achievement that you want to report as a Standing Ovation today, go ahead and type it into the chat box for us at this time. Now, a Standing Ovation is an accomplishment you have made that we can shout you out for. Now, let us know what good thing you've birthed into the world by typing it in early. And I do mean do it now, like right now. So, welcome to May, the 5th month of 2022. It's okay to snap it up. It's okay. Snap, clap your hands. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. Stomp your feet. Yes, you know what I'm saying? All right. Now, the definition of attainment is the action or fact of achieving a goal toward which one has worked. Now, this is the year for the big payoff. I said the big payoff. Revenge. Woo! I'm sorry. I gotta get my James Brown moment. You know what I'm saying? It just feels so good every time I say that. The big payoff. You know what I'm saying? So, every single day, remember to speak aloud our daily mantra for the year, which is, I live in the overflow. Yes, now, help us help the building, please. We are so grateful to be back in the Infinity Center, and we need your help to keep us up and running smoothly. Now, we do not have access to all of our pipes. However, so our main drain pipe is older than most of us in this room. And I think that if we add all, like, everybody's age together, like, the pipe is still older than everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's how old it is. It's like that old. So, now, restrooms are located upstairs and downstairs. Now we have water-efficient toilets, so press the left button for number 1 and right for number 2. And most importantly, only flush tissue. No paper towels, tissue only. Now say it with me. Only flush tissue. There you go. It's so harmonic, just so beautiful. We should make a song together. You know what I'm saying? Now, teamwork makes the dream work, and we'd much rather invest on building new housing for the underserved than having to put our resources into the ground and walls. Now, thank you in advance for your cooperation. Now, Tuesday is, of course, Election Day in Nashville, and in this spiritual community, we do not tell you what to vote for, but we do encourage you to vote, period. Now, show up early and get it done for the candidates and causes of your choice. In my case, Danielle Nellis. Now, she's my sister-in-law, what can I say? So, now, activate and participate and take a friend or a family member with you. Now, next week is, of course, Mother's Day. Yes. Got to show love to all the mothers, you know what I'm saying? Now, we are looking forward to welcoming all moms, surrogate moms, aunties, big sisters, daughters, and more next week for a special Mother's Day Infinity. Now, we'll give away our annual gift and have a special tribute during the service. Now, make sure that you bring your folks next week to feel the love vibration. And now, let's bring back up Rev Jeff and leading Lady Kenitha Carr, because it's time for, drum roll please, Standing Ovations. Wow. Thank you all so much.
Made it on time. Random. Okay. All right. Yes, our high energy here at IF comes from the practice of things. So you've been hearing us do this snap thing, what we've been calling. And it comes from snap while we snap our fingers. We receive practical lessons and tools for our individual journeys. That's spirituality. We fellowship with like-minded spirits. Every week, that's nurturing. We take what we learn and apply it in our lives. That's action. And if we do these, then every week we see examples of progress in our lives. And that's the proof. So let us pause to enjoy a collective moment of manifestation and expansion. So here's what's going to happen. When your name is called, please stand as I read aloud your manifestation. And when we finish each person's ovations, we will snap our fingers to celebrate. All those who are online, you can still send in your standing ovation. I think we have them here to be able to check. So when you put that in, we're going to be here. We're still going to snap up for you, okay? But then at the end, if you have shared, you're going to be able to have several seats, and the rest of us are going to stand to our feet and give you a round of applause. That's our standing ovations.
Yes, indeed. Daniel, give me my little wireless here. Thank you, son. Appreciate that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send.
Okay.
Because,
can we sing on here?
Yes. Well, oh, no, we actually will not be able to see it.
Okay.
But I'm going to send. Shout out to Standing Ovations, y'all, especially those that are coming in online.
Yes.
But we also want to send a standing ovation that came in yesterday from a couple that is traveling, Gina and Daryl Clark. Those of you watch Infinity, y'all know Daryl Clark, D. Clark, the creative thought scientist. He's at a conference for his industry. You all know he's a corporate executive. But we wanted to announce that the company that he is a partner in, that he was recently elevated during COVID to partnership with, he wanted to report a standing ovation that Wallace Ennis's Daryl Clark becomes officer and president-elect of the Fluid Handling Representative Association International. So, congratulations, Mr. President, for such an awesome accomplishment to be an officer and a president-elect of an international association. You're in your industry means that you are squarely living and walking in your divine purpose. So practicing these principles, it is manifesting fruit, and we see it. Okay, so we got our first standing ovation.
Okay, our first person, Shantae, could you please stand?
Rise.
Okay, our standing ovation for her. She says, I am the only one from a class of 11 in my work training group that qualified and wasn't fired or quit. Yes! That is so big.
1 out of 11, baby.
Man,
Come on through.
you went through the fire.
Snap,
Yes.
snap, snap. Sister Shantae. I
Thank
love
you,
it.
Shantae.
Thank you, sis.
All right, D and DJ Knowles. They're not here. Okay, one is downstairs.
One is downstairs.
Yes. Okay, so their accomplishment is that both celebrated birthdays on April 20th and April 23rd.
Happy birthday to ya.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
Love
Woo!
it.
And also DJ's final performance at MLK of Little Shop of Horrors is today at 2 o'clock. So if anybody has time to scoop by there, our little DJ, he's a phenomenal actor. I didn't, oh my God, DJ. So if y'all see him when he comes upstairs, he was sitting in the back. He has like that colored top and those glasses,
Yes.
and just give him a high five
Just
and
give
tell
him a
him to
high
do his
five.
thing.
Tell him everybody
Break a
give
leg.
a stand ovation. That's it. Yeah, we gonna delete.
Oh, yeah, okay.
good. Oh, yeah. Well, y'all be done by then.
Okay.
Y'all know Infinity done got quick. Unless
I
the
know.
spirit moves in another way today.
It might.
We may be. I always make way for it. Shout out Instagram Live.
Yes.
Afterwards, the Voices of Infinity are going to do Instagram Live. We're going to take a little break right after service, but I want to shout them out because Reggie and Kanitha have done on Sundays, they do Instagram Live where they sing and just get energy flowing into the world. They've been doing it all of COVID. I think they have done 38 or 39 episodes.
Good.
So, standing ovation
Wow.
to the voices. All right, let us know what to do.
All right, at this, we got some online. Okay, okay.
Yes, I want to make sure.
Yes.
All
See,
right,
I don't know how to put.
so we've got a
Okay.
standing ovation. I'll be performing a cover song at Monday Night Jazz tomorrow.
Oh.
Tony Insignares. If you have questions, get down, Tony. If you have questions, please get with me after service. So y'all see Tony, he is walking in the purpose and performing. Congratulations, sir.
Yes.
Snap, snap, snap. And it will be live streamed
Oh,
as well. So
perfect.
we're going to get the link in that space as always.
Okay.
Also, shout out to Sister Cindy Terry
Cindy,
coming in from
happy
Maryland.
birthday.
I will be celebrating my 50th birthday tomorrow. Where has the time gone? So everybody, happy birthday to
ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
Boom. All right.
Okay.
Sister Destiny Muhammad,
Muhammad.
and you all have seen online, Destiny Muhammad is like a world-class harpist in Oakland, California. Her and Chriswell Muhammad, her husband and engineer and partner, but they are so awesome. Been performing with symphonies all
Yes.
winter and now into the spring and summer. So she is celebrating she's the harpist from the hood. That's what she calls it because she keeps it real.
Yes.
I know you're like, can you imagine that growing up in the hood with a harp? That's like the most awesome thing. Like,
Right. You're like, what?
it's one thing carry your flute home, but you know, when you coming home with the harp,
Yes.
man, come on, man. Oh, man, the victory is real. The victory is real. Today is my
Yes.
30th harp birthday.
Oh,
30
my
years been on that harp.
goodness. Woo!
I'm so excited. I want to use the tambourine.
Yes.
Let me put it down because I
Yes.
need to go
Okay.
crazy. I need
Yes.
to save
Save
the
that.
tambourine.
Save the
for
tambourine.
Utter, just letting go.
Yes.
Brother Thomas C. Sheffield,
Yes.
been practicing this energy here, man. Just accepted a new position as the director of the Nashville Opportunity Fund.
Ah, congratulations.
I won't tell you how much has been allocated for him to help communities.
Yes.
$1 million.
Yes.
Doing it big to help communities grow, and that's a manifestation right there.
Man,
Sister
man.
Tashana Lindsay and the Lindsay family in Mesa, Arizona celebrated my birthday Tuesday, the 26th, with Infinity at the new members class. The perfect way to celebrate alignment, baby. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Ooh, there it is.
Yes.
All right. The
Okay.
whole month of May is celebrated Sister Destiny's harp birthday. The whole month, 30 years as a harpist musician.
Man.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, Mama,
Okay.
what do we do?
So if you are in this building right now and you've shared, and even at home, if you've shared, I want you to have a seat while the rest of us are going to stand to our feet. And we are going to give a big standing ovation, okay? Here we go. Woo! Yes, and those are the announcements and ovations for today. You may have a seat. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Ashe.
Ashe, Ashe. As we move into the space of preparation today, are y'all ready for a word? Y'all ready to hear some energy, feel some energy, be some energy in the space? Listen, it is a wonderful moment. The voices are going to come and prepare us for the message today. So I want you to get yourself in the mindset of understanding that no matter what you're going through, everything is working in alignment. You are here for a reason. So as we're in this space, we're going to turn it over to the voices to bring us in as we prepare our minds, as we get our journals to write, whatever it may be that may come to you and come for you today. We give you the voices of infinity. Ashe.
Y'all, this is a homegrown Infinity song that we're about to do. And I remember the moment when I wrote this song. It was one of those stressful times in my life where I was trying to figure it all out, right? And so I always hear things in chants. And so I was needing something that was gonna kind of lift my spirit and give me that reminder not to worry, not to stress, everything was gonna be okay. And here it is. you all of the way. But when I focus on you, my loss turns to gain. I'm gonna learn to trust you all of the way. You see, I'm not gonna worry, I'm not gonna stress. I'm gonna learn to trust you all of the way. You see, I'm not gonna worry, I'm not gonna stress. I'm gonna learn to trust you all of the way. Sometimes I'm feeling alone and empty within. I'm gonna learn to trust you all of the way. Inside the heart of your love, I am healed once again. I'm gonna learn to trust you all of the way. You see, I'm not gonna worry, I'm not gonna stress. I'm gonna learn to trust you all of the way. You see, I'm not gonna worry, I'm not gonna stress. I'm gonna learn to trust you all of the way. Play, sometimes I'm feeling alone and empty within. I'm gonna learn to trust you all of the way. Inside the heart of your love, I am healed once again. I'm gonna learn to trust you all of the way. You see, I'm not gonna worry, I'm not gonna stress. I'm gonna learn to trust you all of the way. You see, I'm not gonna worry, I'm not gonna stress. I'm gonna learn to trust you. Let's do that again, Reggie. The way, and y'all sing with me. I'm not gonna worry, I'm not gonna stress. I'm gonna learn to trust you all the way, all of the way. You see, I'm not gonna worry, I'm not gonna stress, I'm not gonna stress. I'm gonna learn to trust you. One more time, because I want that to sink in this week. You see, I'm not gonna worry, I'm not gonna stress. I'm gonna learn to trust you all of the way. You see, I'm not gonna worry, I'm not gonna stress. I'm gonna learn to trust you. There it is.
give some love to the voices of infinity. All the way. When I think about that, it reminds me. Turn it on myself. And there we are. That's awesome. Y'all give some love for Daniel up. Send him some love. Give him a clap of hands. They running a lot of tech back there, him and Brother Tony, and they on top of it. I appreciate the adjustment along the way, all the way. I love it, Sister Kenitha. These songs appear in her spirit, and it's truly a gift. And I want to send you love, because when you hear the gift, you bring it into the world. And that's what we all got to do. And I love it when you hear those energies and those chords, Brother Reggie, and the gift that you have in this world. I get to acknowledge you in this space today. For those of you who don't know anything about Reggie Wooten or the Wooten brothers, listen, y'all gonna go home and Google, and y'all gonna say, oh my gosh, I get to experience this man every single week. There are people who travel from around the globe just to sit on the floor and listen to him teach them how to pick strings. All of the Wooten brothers and everything that they put into this world. Victor Wooten, considered the longest living legend, bass player, books, international scholarships at Berkeley. All of these things, Future Man, you just name a Roy. I'll just go on with all the brothers. But one thing they got in common is that they, Reg, I don't mean to put your business in the street, but Spirit is telling me to share this, because we come from a space sometime where we think life is hard. But see, Reggie was growing up in a space where he had to sit on the couch all day while parents were at work, and he had to watch his brothers. So rather than just flip on the television set, rather than just lock them down and fill them full of Kool-Aid and snacks and cause problems, he organized them and taught each one of them how to play the instrument that would become the doorway to their international success. That's why they call this man the teacher. So when you hear this energy in these strings, when you hear the melodious voice that's coming through this microphone, you got to understand this coming from people who trust in God not some of the way, not part of the way, but all the way. And all the way brings you manifestation. Everybody close your eyes in this space today and just feel that. Say, all the way, 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 all the way. I'm gonna to trust you all of the way. Thank you, voices. As we come into this space of consciousness, y'all, the word won't be long, but it will be strong, because it's important that we understand it. And that is the word. It's 3 words. It's all the way. Everybody say all the way. Oh my goodness. To have this energy in the space today to understand, I want to understand the power in the word, not the force in the word. When we start talking about force, we're talking about something different. Y'all know one of my favorite books is David Hawkins' Power versus Force. We teach that in book club here. We teach that at home. If you hadn't read it, go get it. But one of the quotes that comes from Dr. David Hawkins, who has an MD and a PhD, so he's got all the D's that you need to be in the world successfully. One of the things that he says in the meditation that comes from the book Power versus Force, the hidden determinants of human behavior, is that force. How many of you try to force things in your life? I have. I've tried to force it, because I say if it don't fit, don't force it, right? Just relax and let it go. When you let it go, that's power. Force always moves against something, whereas power doesn't move against anything at all. Because force has an insatiable appetite, it constantly consumes. Power, in contrast, energizes and supports. Power gives life and energy. Force takes these away. We notice that power is associated with compassion and makes us feel positively about ourselves. Force is associated with judgment and makes us feel poorly about ourselves. Y'all take a few deep breaths on that here and at home and meditate on what that means. People screenshot it. I love it. People share the meditation around the world. I love it. All the way. When we talk about, thank you, Tony, appreciate that. When we talk about the nature of force versus the nature of power, many of us feel the need to force things to happen. When we're in a lonely or a low space, we just want to say we're going to force it. And this is where we trick God. We make a mistake when we begin to try to think that God is a God of force. And when I say God, I got to say God, the acceptance of your understanding, or God of your acceptance and understanding. The reason why I say that is because everybody doesn't define God in the same way, and I would run from anybody who would try to make me define it for you. Because only you know your experiences. And just like I would not dare to say every single human being in the world needs to fit in a size 13 shoe and a size 34 pants, or they going to hell. If anybody said that to you, you would say, what are they talking about? Because it just does not make sense. Everybody to be the exact same, how boring is that? I got a recipe for you if you want to dare try it. Thank you, Tony. Take the screen to black for me, brother. When we talk about power versus force, we talk about who we are individually. A lot of times we are so distracted by what the world has given us that we end up losing our power and we end up giving in to force. And that happens in everything. It happens in our interactions with human beings. We don't operate from a space of power. We operate from a space of force. If I think using the law of attraction in a negative way, if I think that if I close my eyes and think about this person's face and I focus really, really hard and I grit my teeth and I call on the Lord, I call on God, I call on Allah, I call on every ancestor that I got, I can force that person to love me. You got it wrong. Because force is an insatiable appetite that is never satisfied. It consumes, it consumes, it consumes. And when you're operating from a space of force, I'm telling you, it's never going to work out. Because you've got to be in a space of allowance, even in the low spaces. And I know how it is. I've been in the low spaces, in the low vibratory spaces. And have you ever noticed that that low vibration does nothing but attract other low people? Y'all ever got out of a low situation and you reached that point where you had that temporary plateau? I'm telling you that the positive plateau is always there. But when you have that temporary plateau, you say, I feel pretty good, but then you don't maintain your vibration because you don't do your spiritual practice. You don't remind yourself that all is well. You don't remind yourself that everything is good. You don't remind yourself that you are trusting the Spirit of God all the way. Then you fall off that little plateau where you were able to maintain it for a minute because you didn't put that into your meditation. You didn't put that into your daily space. You didn't put that into what you were working on. You didn't put that into the circle of friends that you were allowing yourself to be in. All of a sudden you were pulled off the cliff and put into the low space. And all of a sudden you start hearing from them low folk that you thought you had left behind. I've been in spaces. Y'all know I'm going to be transparent with y'all. Every now and then, I got to make sure that I stay in a high place. Because when I see the world consuming me and when everything seems to be falling apart, I get distracted because the forces, there's that word force, the forces around me are acting crazy and it's distracting me from tapping into the power that I know I have in my consciousness. So when I start paying attention to the forces, I am forced into a space of low vibration that I always know. Because I start getting those texts from people that I said I wasn't going to talk to no more. Right. And then looking back, I always know because I start responding to those texts, to those low people. And then the lowness starts with messiness. Have you ever been around people who gossip a lot? You ever been around people who want to talk about people a lot? You always been around people who want to talk about everything that's wrong and nothing that's right. You always talk about people who want to analyze everything. I'm in a position where I have to do news programs, so I have to do things that I don't always perfectly enjoy, and that is analyzing the news and what's going on, analyzing the forces. The way I keep my consciousness straight is I remind myself that when I'm in that position, my job is to bring the positive perspective. My job is to bring the hope. My job is to remind people that this is just a temporary circumstance and situation. So when I'm in that space, I remind myself of that, and that keeps me navigating. But I'm telling you, it ain't easy when you're in the low spaces, because the forces of lowness will always affirm your lowness. Low energy leads to conversations and interactions with low people. Low people lead to low conversations. Low conversations lead to low vibration, and then low vibration leads to lower manifestation. It's why things don't appear. It's why things don't happen. And no matter what you say, it's what you put into practice, and the practice is recognizing that you must trust all the way. When people talk about religion, when I say that I don't define for you what that God is, because I am fearful of a world where everybody has to think the exact same thing and do the exact same thing. Because if you're doing that, that means that there's somebody behind you pulling the strings, defining what everybody's supposed to believe. And we're supposed to follow that blindly. I'm saying that as humanity, as each and every one of you has a space of definition where you know and understand the God of your acceptance and understanding. You know the language, you know the energy. For some of us, it is so indefinable that we have to use a term like the universe. So we just have to say all of creation, or we have to say God, goddess. We have to say ancestor. We have to say different things at different times. As long as we know that energy, we are in sync. That's why you can go anywhere and talk to anybody from any faith, from any religion, from any path, because you understand where you are aligned. Oh, man, let me give y'all a recipe. If I were to bring a blender up here, you know, some days if I could make this work, I would bring a blender up here. And when we have all the technology in place, I might actually do this. So y'all imagine for me a second that I brought a big blender up here. And I'm going to make for you a smoothie. But I'm going to make a salad smoothie. You say, Rev, what is a salad smoothie? Well, I'm going to take some romaine lettuce and I'm going to throw it in there. Then I'm going to take some tomatoes and I'm going to throw it in there. Then I'm going to take some red onions and throw it in there. Then I'm going to take some black olives and throw it in there. Then I'm going to take some green olives and throw them in there, and some black pepper and put it in there. Then I'm going to take some buttermilk ranch dressing and put it in there. Then I'm going to take some balsamic vinaigrette and pour it all in the blender. Then I'm going to take some croutons and put them in the blender, and I'm going to blend it all up until it's liquid. And then I'm going to pass it out to you. How many of y'all would drink that nastiness? I wouldn't. A salad smoothie? You ain't never heard of no salad smoothie? Nobody makes a salad smoothie because a salad ain't made for a blender. Turn to somebody and say, a salad ain't made for a blender. What makes the salad special is that they are separate and working together. A tomato is being the best tomato it can be. I don't need a tomato to try to taste like a red onion. I don't need a red onion to try to taste like a green pepper. I don't need romaine to try to taste like spinach and spring mix. I need the distinctive flavors who work together so that the salad is made whole and it's made nourishing and it's delicious because of the different textures. See, you've been trying to be something that you've not been in. You're trying to see what's working for other people. Just because something works for somebody else, it doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Why? Because there's only one them, there's only one you. That's your connection. Now, we can work together, we can come together, we can move in a space of alignment with trust, but we got to be the best that we need to be. Craig, I need you to be the best Craig. And Denise, I need you to be the best Denise. I need Mark to be the best Mark. I need everybody in here. I need everybody abroad to focus this week on being the best you can be, because you owe it. You owe it to the universe, because you made this agreement to come into this space to trust all the way. When we talk about the religious spaces, one of the things that scholars and theologians will tell you is that people tend to find God, and I put that in quotations because it's hardly God, but they tend to find God in the lowest spaces, right? That's why people tend to be vulnerable when you come in, because in the lowest spaces, people are asking questions and they're saying, why is this happening to me? Why are bad things happening to me? I try to do good. I try to love people and bad things happen. And somebody comes along with an explanation of all your problems and they offer it to you and you take it. That's not how the Spirit of God works. I'm telling y'all right now, that's not how it works. That's because God is not a pimp. God is not a pimp. Y'all can quote Rev Jeff on that one. He said, Rev Jeff said, God is not a pimp. And he gonna prove it. I want you to think about how a pimp picks up folk. A pimp don't go to the high-class fundraisers looking for employees. A pimp's not in the high government circles talking with the president about how do we create a federal program for me to find some employees. The pimp ain't on the sideline with a pass at the Titans game talking about, Coach, how can you help me find some employees amongst these cheerleaders here? No, the pimp is at the bus station. The pimp is at the low spaces where people at the dive bars, in the places where people are feeling the lowest about themselves, and the pimp then comes and offers an opportunity. Follow me. I am the way, the truth, and the life. They steal in scriptural texts, but they're catching people in the most vulnerable spaces. What does that mean? That means that God is not coming to you just in the vulnerable spaces. God is always with you all the way. All means everything. The is a definite article which defines something specific, and a way is a path. It's a journey. It's the path that you are on. It is the calling that you uniquely have. So when you're in a space of trust, you are trusting all the way. Not some of the way, not part of the way, but all the way, even in the low spaces. Because the beauty of the low spaces is really simple. When God comes to you in the low spaces, God is not saying, I'm introducing myself to you. In the low spaces, God is saying, I've always been here. And I shall remain. And I'm here with you in the low spaces, and I'm also here with you in the high spaces. That's why we say, the old folks used to say, don't wait till the battle's over, shout now. Because they recognize that you got to be able to celebrate being connected to the universe when you're in the high spaces and you're in the low spaces. That consistency is the recognition that you are never alone. That when you're in those moments of low, I know some of you have experienced what I had. When I'm on that edge, when I'm almost ready to step off into the low space and say, forget it. It's at that time that somebody calls me at the right time. It's at that time that I'm in a convenience store and somebody says something, I like that ring you got. Or I like the way you had that shirt on today. And it breaks that pattern. Because that's God talking to you through different spaces and through different sources. So what you got to do going forward, you all, you got to write those words. I want you all to go home. I want you to go where you are. And I want you to write those 3 words all the way. Put it on a Post-it note. Write it with lipstick on the mirror. Put it on the dashboard. Put it on your workboard. Put it on your vision board. And when you are in moments where you need to be reminded, use that as the reminder that what you're going through is just part of a larger purpose. That what you're going through is a lesson that you are learning that's going to make you stronger. That you are in a space where you will never be left alone, because just as the Spirit is animating the birds outside, just like the Spirit is rising that sun up and sending the rays through this window, just like these birds are singing in the back of this building right now, just like the worms are burrowing under the earth, no energy, no creature on this earth is going through anything from a space of lack. They are operating, they are singing, they are burrowing, they are talking, they are communicating, because everything in the universe is there to feed them. We get so smart in our minds that we forget that just because we can list a dissertation of long words out of our mouth, it doesn't mean that we're smart. It means that we are connected to the Spirit of God. And it means that our energy is good. And it means that God is speaking to us and through us. It means that we are being connected with love. And that connection is always there. So as y'all go into the world this week, I'm encouraging you to put that Post-it note together, to recognize that the universe is with you all the way. That if you're going through a hard time, it's so that you can get through all the things you need to get through so that you can become who you are. Those of us who like gold, those of us who like silver, those metals are extracted from ore, and the ore is rocky and the ore is rough. And in order to get that gold, that pure gold out, you got to put it in a fire. You don't get it just by sitting there holding your hand. This is where people get the law of attraction wrong. They think I get the rock and I say, come gold, come gold, come gold. Rev, it ain't working. It ain't working. I'm speaking. I meditated over this rock and it ain't working. Come gold. I put the rock on my yoga mat and it still ain't working. Come gold. I put it on my altar. I put it on my ancestors' space. I put it in the window. Every night I say 3 times, come gold, come gold. Has it been through the fire though? Because if it ain't been through the fire, that gold ain't moving. Because there's a chemical reaction that happens that extrapolates and changes the ions and the molecules in that rock and that ore. And the hotter the fire is, the purer the gold is at the end. So those of you who going through something where you feel like there's some fire in your life, that's not burning you up. It's burning away the things you no longer need. It's putting you in a space where you will shine and you will be golden and you will recognize that God is with you, not some of the way, not part of the way, but all the way. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Ashe. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, release. Close your eyes. Focus on that energy of God in you. God, we recognize in this moment, as we seal this word of compassion, of this love and knowing that you are here, we recognize and proclaim that we are trusting you all the way. We know that it might be uncomfortable sometimes, but discomfort is about building the spiritual muscle that is needed for us to not just survive, but for us to thrive. What a blessing it is for us to dwell together in this moment. What a blessing it is to be reminded that you are around us. You are to our left, to our right, up, down, and especially in the center. We can't go anywhere where you are not. So we thank you for guiding us through these tough times. We thank you for this moment of reminder that all is well. We thank you for this moment of reminder that you are love and that we are loved together. And so we proclaim in this moment that we will leave this place renewed, reinvigorated, and reconnected. This understanding that we will go forth and put good into the world. I don't care how crazy the dream seems. I don't care how big the obstacles appear. We know that with you, we're moving all the way through. So we give thanks in this moment. And I speak a prayer of protection upon those whose dreams are at risk of being crushed. We are focusing on those dreams now. We are focusing on that power now. We are focusing on the power and leaving the forces behind. Speaking alignment for attainment in this moment and speaking gratitude in the right now for what the future will bring. For these things and others that we cannot put into words, we simply proclaim it as such in gratitude. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. Deep breath in. Exhale and let it go. All right. Good. How y'all feel? Get a universal round of applause. We're in this place. All is well. Y'all, we back. We're back in person. We're back in energy. We're back in light. We're back in love. And we're just so grateful for you today. The voices are going to get together in a few minutes. They're going to sing. But we're going to ask you to stand to your feet at this time as we begin to dismiss from this place, recognizing that we are not dismissing from anything but the physical space. Feel free to hang out in the space today. Feel free to walk around. Feel free to look at upstairs and downstairs, especially visit the kids. The kids got a whole bunch of new exciting things this week. They got a little miniature basketball goal and some other little stuff down there that I was trying not to go downstairs and play with when I was at work. I was like, man, we need a bigger basketball goal, so we're going to get a goal in the back for the adults. So after service, y'all can shoot a little hoop. Y'all can do some little, what's that game where you throw the little bean bags? Cornhole. I didn't even know about cornhole. Apparently that's a thing. Yeah, we had somebody at Infinitude, they were like, oh, I got to get home and the cornhole championships are coming home. It's like, they got a cornhole championship? Like internet, you can win money playing cornhole. And people worried about divine purpose. There was somebody born in this world to be a world-class cornhole player. How awesome is that? That you can learn how you have a gift to where you can throw a beanbag in a hole and make $1 million. Come on through, universe. So if they can create that, what about you? What about me? What can we do? Somebody in here might be the next cornhole champion. Invite me to the match. I'd love to see it live. I'd be like, nail it, D. Yeah. That's my friend. And our hearts and minds are clear. We're going to sway. Denise is going to let us know which way to sway when we get. Our song is up on the screen. It's at home. We appreciate you all. And reminder that we give thanks to everybody that makes Infinity what it is. And that's all of us. Thank you, Denise. As we leave this place into the world that awaits your life, we recognize that we all are parts of this wonderful space we call humanity. So you were born to be a divine light. Don't you ever forget it, because God is always reminding us that we are indeed family, and we sing it together as such with the heart and soul of those who know. And so it is. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's a day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. All right, and we're gonna turn and sing it to a couple of people. Y'all know the words now. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's a day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. And God's reminding me to look at you and see family. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. In this moment, we speak together that the God of your acceptance and understanding, the wisdom of the ancestors, the power of the infinite universe rest, rule, rock, and abide with you from this moment now and evermore. Let us all sing together. Amen, Ami, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Hashem. All right, y'all, we'll see y'all next week. We'll see y'all at home, Infinite Streamers. We'll see you next week. And you all, we love you. That's a fact. You cannot change. Peace, blessings, and power.